Good morning, hockey fans, and welcome back to Andover Community Center, Day 2 of the Hockey Night in Canada, presented by Hometown Hockey Minnesota. And I don't know about you, Don, but I'm a little fatigued.
You know, yesterday was a long day. It's a long, and we got a long one today.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, we got 8 games. We'll have the morning session. We'll come back after the morning session, do a little recap, and talk about each of the teams. And you know, you mentioned this before. Today is moving day.
Today is moving day.
You know, your teams are going to be seated after the morning session. You know, and in the past, the number 1 seed hasn't always fared too well in this tournament.
Yeah, that doesn't bode well. Well, it's going to be up in the air. The Leafs or the Nordiques getting the number 1 seed. I still think that's up in the air, which it is, and they play each other.
Right.
And then you got the Winnipeg Jets, I think, are a lock for that number 1 seed. But again, the last 2 years, the number 4 seed has won this tournament. So let's dive right in and let's talk about a team that might be the number 4 seed. The first game today, the Edmonton Oilers against the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets coming into this game, 2-0. The Edmonton Oilers 0-2. Your thoughts on the Oilers for today?
Well, you know, it's all about building momentum. They're most likely going to be the number 4 seed. In fact,
mathematically, I think they are the number 4 seed.
They are the number 4 seed.
These guys are going to play each other again this afternoon.
They need to build a little momentum, find a little chemistry, and you know, Coach Gary Elms, he's going to have to kind of, you know, figure things out, get people in the right places and things like that. He's going to have to try and maybe ruffle some feathers. He needs to get some play out of Ethan Elms. You know, we need Zachary Goodwin to play, but you know, then you go down the line and you know, he's going to need Nate Kozak to step in and find out his role on this team. He's going to need a guy like Gabriel Dowdle to figure out where he's going to play. If they can get production from those kinds of guys, I'll tell you what, Edmonton, they have a chance. And they definitely have a chance because they're goaltending.
Yeah, so let's not get off track, but Gary Elms coming into this year, he had the Roseau Rams last year and was 3-0 going into the playoffs, gets beat by the number 4 seed, I think the Grand Rapids Indians, who hadn't won a game. Is Gary Elms' job on the hot seat here?
You know, it just might be. I mean, if we don't, he's got to get a win. And you know, the greatest part about it is, all you need to do is win one, and everything's okay. Yeah. And you win Saturday night, that's all that matters. Because then you're in that championship game.
Absolutely.
And hoisting this lovely cup that we have right here.
Then we talk about the Winnipeg Jets. And I have talked about the Jets the last day or so, and the strength that they have on defense. And again yesterday, I want to talk about the guy that is, out of the 4 defensemen, the guy that probably is the one that you would mention the least, okay? Dalton Moyer, I think, had another great game yesterday afternoon and helped the Winnipeg Jets get themselves in a position as the number 1 seed. And you mentioned his name with some greats like Weston Knox and Brayson Bozer and Nick Graychuk. This kid has played good hockey and has helped this team become 2-0.
Yeah, you know what? You appreciate the 3. They did a good kind of mentorship with Dalton to get him ready for this and to play and put him in good spots. And you know what? He's been doing the little things, getting the puck out of the zone, all the things that defensemen need to do. You know, he hasn't made any costly mistakes. Doing a great job.
Absolutely. And it's easy for a defenseman to play in front of a goaltender like Loudon McCoy. Loudon McCoy is just excellent all day yesterday. We are looking for more of the role players for the Jets to step up. They're going to need help, and that top line's got to start putting the puck in the net. Your prediction on today's game?
You know what? Here's the deal. Yesterday, the Jets only had 13 shots on net. If they do that again today, Edmonton is definitely going to win this game. Edmonton needs to come out with a little bit of energy and show us that they're interested in this tournament. I think if they do that, Edmonton's got a chance today, and then carry a little momentum into tonight's game.
So does that mean you're taking Edmonton?
I'm taking the Oilers.
Okay, you're going to take the Oilers, and I'm definitely going to take the Winnipeg Jets. I think they go 3-0. They're the number 1 seed with a lot of momentum going into the playoff round. And the biggest reason I take Winnipeg today, Loudon McCoy. We'll be back. This is Hometown Hockey, continuous coverage of Hockey Night in Canada, the morning session. Stay tuned. We'll be back here in just a few minutes.